working out. So it just goes to show you, like, sometimes you really don't need the amount of time, you know, that you think you do. And in fact, it might hold you back more than you would otherwise.
When I play guitar and I've recorded, and there's something very different about singing and playing music privately in your room, I suppose, like in the booth and doing those things, and then doing it in front of it. I find it, I don't mind sitting on a stage like this, but oh my God, singing and playing guitar on stage, completely different. It's like, it's a bit more raw. It's like, they can see my heart, man. You know, did you feel like that when you were performing live? Like, did it feel like, okay, right, this is a different...
At the sing-along?
Yes.
Oh, very much so, yeah. And I mean, I've as somebody who's also had to perform, like, playing guitar and singing at the same time, multitasking, not fucking easy. Oh my God. I have never gotten as nervous for anything as, like, playing my music in front of people. It is, you're bearing your heart. I mean, the one thing I guess we had in this scenario that was, like, kind of easier is the fact that we're singing like Sam and Andrew's like words, you know. But yeah, were you guys nervous for singing in front of people?
I wasn't. I just partly because I had so little, and secondly because I was just like doing Serpentious, which was just like 6 funny lines, and that was like it. Like so more so, I was just really excited to see what everyone else was gonna do, especially you.
Oh, you guys. Okay, so this is from Atomic Sonic. This is a season 2 question. When is season 2 going to be out? And have they started recording for season 3?
So we have recorded season 2, and in May, Vivian did an interview where she said it's going to be at least a year. So that was in May. So take that for what you will. And when someone says at least a year, I rarely think 366 days. Probably be a little more than a year, right? And we have not started on season 3 yet.
Okay.
I know they're writing season 3.
I actually think they wrote season 3.
Are they done?
I think so.
Okay.
You heard it here first. Okay, I know you can't say anything about season 2, so I will not dig in. But can you say one word? Just say like a word, an adjective, something that you might think will tantalize the audience.
Mania.
Okay, mania. All right, Blake says mania. You guys?
Complicated.
Sad.
Oh God, I can't wait. Okay, this one is from Megatron Drinking.
Megatron drinking?
Drinking.
Oh,
Megatron.
Sorry, Megatron.
Honestly, a wasted Megatron.
Yeah, honestly, I just pictured him in a bar, like, the Autobots. Where's the Allspark?
I'm so goddamn fed up of trying to find the Allspark.
Optimus, get the fuck out.
I want to watch that. Okay.
Crazy concept. Airplanes fighting semi-trucks.
Yeah,
But,
it's awesome. Don't get me
and
wrong.
sometimes they self-care with alcohol, and it's a problem.
Let's
And
talk
the
about it.
Decepticon community actually.
We don't talk enough about Transformers'
We
mental
don't.
health.
We don't.
We just
We
don't.
really don't. And it's an issue.
And that is for the next
What was the
panel.
question?
I'm sorry. We've derailed
What was
again.
Megatron's question?
Megatron Trinkin says, did you always want to be an actor? Who were your icons when you were little? Okay, so each one of you, did you always want to be an actor? Who did you look up to, I suppose?
I didn't.
You were going to go into medicine.
I was a chemistry major in college. I was pre-med. I was pre-med for 2 years, and I was depressed. And I had depression. And then I discovered musical theater, and I was like, I like being at rehearsal more than I like chemistry problem sets. I should rethink my life. But I think when I did decide to be like, I actually want to pursue a career as an actor, and I realized that one of the reasons why I loved that so much was that as a kid I was really obsessed with Mrs. Doubtfire. And the very first scene of Mrs. Doubtfire is Robin Williams as a voice actor dubbing a cartoon. And I remember being like, that's so cool, that's a job, somebody does that? So Robin Williams, RIP is someone that I've always liked, who I've tried to emulate in his career. I love that he's a comedian, but also beautiful dramatic work. So yeah.
Okay, what about you? So you guys got to talk that beautiful answer. Blake or Amir?
So, I think, you know, in my heart of hearts, yeah, I always wanted to be an actor. Anytime my parents would put a camera on me, I'd be acting a fool, like absolute fool. And so I think when I was a kid, the want to act and the want to perform came out of a want for like attention, definitely. But then I fell hard into Lord of the Rings, and
Would you say you were a hoe for the Lord of the Rings?
I was such a hoe for Lord of the Rings.
Were you a Bilbo?
Legolas. I actually I fell hard into Lord of the Rings, and I just like really loved everything about Viggo Mortensen, and he became like a bit of a hyperfixation for me from an acting standpoint of like all, you know, Lord of the Rings had such like extensive behind the scenes footage, and I remember that being the first time that like I was like watching these actors like on set doing the job, not just watching the product of the job, and being absolutely fascinated by that, and also so struck by just like Viggo's like disposition and the way that he approached his work, and it all just seemed very interesting to me. And I think that was the first time, one of the first theater auditions I went in for, which was for like fucking Sound of Music, and I wanted to take in, like, you know, sorry, I'm literally just remembering this now. I wanted to take in, you know, like the monologue that Aragorn has, like, a day of shattered shields when the men, you know, men fail and everything, and like, but that is not this day. I wanted to bring that into a Sound of Music audition for it, and my mom was like, yeah, I don't get why you would do that. I was like, okay, I'll choose something else. But like, I loved it. So yeah, that's my answer. Like Viggo Mortensen.
I'd like to hear that monologue sung. Like that would be incredible, so incredible.
There is a Lord of the Rings musical.
There is.
Yes, there is.
Starring Blake Roman. You heard it here first. Folks, you heard it. No, I'm lying.
Yes. Amir, what about you?
Yeah, I definitely always wanted to. I didn't know that I could, and I had, you know, backup plan upon backup plan. But the one that really stuck for me was Eddie Murphy, because he was such a talented comedic actor, but also in his stand-up. I remember I was like 13 watching, like Raw and what was the other one? Delirious. Yes, Delirious. I remember this sense of power that he had. He had such command, and to do this 90-minute stand-up special, I was like, wow, he is just on stage and in control, and it was so impressive, and I always sort of aspired to that.
When I was Joelle, when you were again, I was watching this interview. You were talking more about going into medicine, and you know, I think there's a lot of people out there, and I think maybe met a few that don't follow their dreams and don't do that. And I came very late into things as well. I was told at school, my careers advisor said, so what are your talents? I play guitar and I like to draw.